Hello team, hope you're well. I'm bringing you Friday's video on Saturday. Unfortunately, yesterday I had a few problems, not with the camera, but more with just business and things like that, and unexpected things, so I didn't have time to do yesterday's video. Hope you're all well. Okay, so what are we going to talk about this week? Wow, what a week, eh? Now, I don't want to make these videos all political, and I don't want to make these videos necessarily like negative, but I just feel like there's a few things I've got to talk about in view of what's happening around the world today. Okay, in the local area, I still see like a business as usual, nothing's changed. This is all cycles. But before I go into that, I better tell you that this video is brought to you by MoscowEco.com. Our eco in order. Alright? Now I've got that out of the way. Yeah, so in the local area it's still very much a business as usual. Nothing's gonna change, mate. We're just, doing everything we usually do, mate. And I don't know. I just think I just totally disagree. I see like a massive increase in knowledge and awareness of what we could be possibly doing in this country and around the world to just make life better. And I don't see, what I see from the media? Just no, don't upset anything, don't change anything. We're making lots of money. We're perpetuating all these things that have been here the last, and these things aren't that new. They've only been, like, with regards to the way they market and run all these types of businesses. It's not new. Sorry, it's not old. That's what I meant to say. It's not old. It's only been around about 15 to 20 years. And a lot's changed in that 15 to 20 years, but a lot's going to change even more very soon. What am I talking about here? I'm talking about just that general, don't upset the bandwagon. I go to the national broadcaster, I go to the news here to find something stimulating to like encourage me that there's someone with a relevant voice talking about things. And I have to tell you, in Parliament, in the Australian Parliament, it's a very low standard of initiative drive that these politicians have. I'm really surprised that they're there. There's nothing, for the amounts of money that they get paid, I'm told it's in the hundreds of thousands of dollars. I just can't believe that these people are in government. There's nothing articulate or stimulating or passionate about what they want to do with the country. And it's all these old bigoted things that they go back to. I saw something this week about refugees again on Manus Island, and they're talking about this. I'm thinking, just let the world see what a bunch of backward, bigoted, racist, colonialists you are. And the world is moving on. The world's moving on from these Neolithic mentality business leaders and politicians that we have in this country. Now, like I said, I don't want to be all negative and rant about all this stuff, but I have to say it. Like, even the media that covers them, I'm thinking, why would you even want to put a camera there? You're going to bring shame to the standard of our politics. They're actually doing a lot of harm. But it's good in a way. Let it all come out. Let it all flush out. Let all this bigotry, backwardness, colonialism and racism, let it all come out. And because it won't, we're going to move on. We're going to move on to better and bigger things. Okay, I'm seeing the potential for how we can start to really resolve some of the issues that we've got now with regards to health, regards to how people want their lifestyles to be. People love this outdoor lifestyle now, and I think that should be encompassed in the economy more so. I'm thinking crazy things. I'm thinking like a 4-day week. I'm thinking people work a 4-day week and have 3 days off. And I'm thinking that we resolve the homeless crisis, that we resolve the indigenous crisis that we've got here. My God, it's Australia's shame. You know, after decades of mining royalties and mining wealth, we have indigenous children living in in third world country conditions. I cannot believe that this is going on in this country. It needs to be fixed. You know, you've got to help these kids. We've got all the resources now. I don't want to hear excuses. It's a difficult task, but it's going to be a priority. It's going to be a priority. Not Olympic Games and things like that. That's great. People want to play sport. I'm not against sport. But we've got issues here. We're going to fix them. They're going to become a priority, and we're going to fix them. And I don't care what it takes. We are going to fix that problem in particular. We're going to fix that problem or improve it vastly as to what it is now. Okay. So with regards to sustainability, what's been happening? I've been having some conversations with some solar researchers, scientific researchers. They're telling me how they're trying to improve particular solar cells. Some great information there. There's some great things coming up in the future with regards to how we're going to market our sustainability, how we're going to try and reach a vaster audience, a more inclusive audience around the world. We're going to work very hard on that, and we're just going to, that's what we're going to focus on. We're going to focus on transitioning the economy, make it more sustainable. What else can I talk about? That's something that's been on my mind. Preventative health problems, issues. Our foods now, you go into any grocery store, service station, and you see that we're just being bombarded with all these like little plastic snacks, and like I see people getting those sugar ice drinks. Okay, if we had some, like a task force going into these shops and just trying to encourage the cutting back of all these sugary foods, we would, I really believe that we would cut a lot of preventative illness, because the amounts of sugar, we don't need all this sugar. And you know what? We don't want it. We want someone in the government to start demanding that these food manufacturers stop dumping all this sugar in our food. It's not necessarily. It's really not necessary. It's in everything now. And it's time that these big companies started to progress as to what people want. We don't want all this sugar, and salt's another thing, but this the amount of sugar in our food, it's unbelievable. Just go into the grocery stores and there's just aisles and aisles and aisles of junk sugary food. Come on, we can do better than this. We can do better than this. We know, I have doctors and researchers, nurses tell me, we have this conversation all the time about the sugar in foods, and how much preventative healthcare we could be doing by just cutting back on that, on all the sugar in our food. We need to take control of these things, because we don't want these companies pushing all this garbage on us. We don't want them bombarding us with this garbage. It's one thing to have a free market, but it's another thing to have a responsible market too. Come on, get with the times, you big companies. You know who you are. We're going to start naming names. We're going to start bringing out some eco statistics about how much plastic and junk you're dumping around our communities. You're going to start taking responsibility now. Okay, you're getting subsidies. I don't want to go into that now. Maybe we can talk about that next week, about the subsidies that we're giving these companies, how we virtually, you know, it's like how they have a supply chain that's subsidized by us taxpayers. That's going to come up. It's all going to come up soon. I'm putting the Australian politicians on notice. This is all going to come up. We're going to demand that you start getting results for the big fat perks and pays that you get. You're going to start getting some progress done. I promise you that, and I promise the people that we're going to try and work towards these solutions to get better value for what we're paying. Anyway, that's all I want to rant about today. Sorry it wasn't very eco, but we're gonna work towards the more eco-sustainable reports. In the meantime, MoscowEco.com, our eco in order, and Green to Stay, make eco fun. Over and out. Bye.